Hello, my name is Amber Bean, and this is my first semester at East Tennessee State University. I'm really excited about this. I currently live in Asheville, North Carolina, with my husband and our blended family of three daughters. One is my biological daughter. Her name is Steele. She's 7. And I have two stepdaughters, Ava, who is 11, and Megan, who is almost 21. And we also have 2 cats, 2 dogs, one of which is a puppy, and 7 chickens. I received my Bachelor of Science in Public Health from the University of North Carolina in Greensboro in 2011. And as you can see, I did not go to college directly out of high school. I grew up in Asheville, so I was ready to move to the big city. So the night I graduated high school, I moved to Atlanta, and I had several entrepreneurial ventures in Atlanta. I had a clothing store at one point and a jewelry business. That wasn't quite enough for me, so at that point I decided I wanted to move to New York City, to an even bigger city. So I did that, and I lived there for about a year until I realized that without an education and a good job, it was really expensive and not so fun to live in Manhattan. So I moved back to Atlanta, and at that point I decided I should probably start thinking about school. So I enrolled at Kennesaw State University, which is a small school outside of Atlanta. And I completed several semesters there until I decided to move back to Asheville and attend UNCA. So I did that for a semester, and during that time I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do with my life, as maybe many of you were. And so I landed a job at a local spay and neuter clinic that was also a nonprofit, and ended up starting as a veterinary assistant, and I ended up as the assistant director of that nonprofit, and that began my love affair with nonprofit work. So that wasn't quite enough, so I again went back to school, but this time it stuck, and I enrolled in the University of North Carolina at Greensboro in their first online program, and I got my Bachelor of Science in Public Health from there. And once I graduated, I got pregnant with my daughter, who is now 7. I think I mentioned that already. And decided to try to figure out a way to get back in shape. So I had this degree, and I had just had a child, and I was ready to get back in shape. And I stumbled upon CrossFit. And this was a monumental discovery for me, because it was a way to push the boundaries with physical training like I had learned to do with my education. So I fell in love with this type of exercise, and I eventually started coaching at a CrossFit gym in Asheville. And that was great. And so then I decided to pursue my master's in health education and promotion, and I found a program with East Carolina University. So I did that, and during that time I also bought the CrossFit gym. So I'm currently the owner of CrossFit Asheville and a competitive master's CrossFit athlete, because I turned 40 this past year. So during my master's studies at East Carolina University and in coaching CrossFit and beginning a CrossFit program for kids, I stumbled upon some research that showed girls who, once they enter adolescence, begin to underperform athletically, and this really struck a chord with me. The reason for this underperformance tends to be the social norms that women are faced with, and so I started a program called Iron Girls, which is a CrossFit program that's a nonprofit health education program that utilizes functional fitness to empower young women to develop strength and confidence. And helping girls realize their power and worth has become a life dream for me. As the mother of 3 daughters at this point, this has been the vital piece. So once I got my master's degree from East Carolina, I decided that I wanted to pursue more of the education piece to Iron Girls. So my long-term goal is to affiliate Iron Girls to be able to offer the curriculum that I wrote as a component of middle and high school health education programs, as well as incorporate CrossFit functional training in healing programs for women. So that's kind of my professional background and educational background. So I'm hoping that this program will help me to do just that and to help me lead my nonprofit. As far as in my spare time, as I mentioned, I'm a competitive CrossFit athlete, so I do enjoy that. My husband is as well, so we have that in common. And I love to read. I'm a big dork. I like nonfiction mostly. I like really good food. So once a week, my husband and I have date night, and Asheville has amazing food, so that's one thing that we're blessed with. I mostly read medical nonfiction. I like diseases in particular. At one point, I was going to pursue becoming a different form of doctor, a medical doctor. And what else? I think that's a pretty quick synopsis of me. I'm very excited with this program. I thought in coming into this that I was somewhat technologically savvy, but after seeing some of the videos, I'm afraid that I'm not. So I'm really excited about this class, and I look forward to meeting and collaborating with you all. Thank you.